here. I'm about to start a new reading vlog. This is my weekend Halloween, eerie, and creepy and spooky reading vlog. My major goal for this weekend is try to read as many books as I can. It's going to be like a little bit more than 24-hour reading, but it's probably going to be like 48 hours or until I go back to work on Monday. I will say that I am recovering from getting my Moderna booster, so I am a little bit tired, but I do hope to tackle some reads. I'm also watching some TV shows right now. I just finished watching Legacies, but I also, before we chose this, because this is for the Avengers Reading Challenge, I did wind up reading about 50 pages in the Hawthorne Legacy, and I am really liking this book quite a bit, but I am going to put it on hold to read a cozy mystery. It's book 5 in a series. I've read cozy mysteries before. Definitely my favorite is probably Joanne Foga because I've read them the most, but I'm going to go read about a couple of chapters in this one. It's called, let me just see what it's called because they're all, Americanos, Apple Pies, and Art Thieves. So I'm going to read a little bit of this, and I'll give you guys an update when I have made a bit of progress. But yeah, I'll update you guys when I can. Bye, friends. Back in. It's almost 3:19. I did wind up reading the first 50 pages. I keep dropping my bookmark. I got up to chapter 4 in my cozy mystery. Cozy mysteries, again, I'm starting this like in the middle of a series, so I'm just trying to like put all the pieces together. But you basically follow this character. She has recently moved back to her town. She runs a coffee shop that her parents have owned. She has a boyfriend. There is a famous artist who's having a small get together in her town, like having like a gallery showing in her town. She's very, very interested in art, and that's really it. The cozy mysteries I tend to like because they're very, very quick. They're speedy. This one again has a small town, which I like. I feel like if I like this book, I'll probably go back and read the books in order, but this is just for a buddy read. But I'm liking it. It's very, very fall themed. They're talking a lot about pumpkin spice lattes, and I think this is a great read to read during this weekend. So I'm going to read a little bit more, and when I get up to page 100, I'll give you guys another check-in. Bye, friends. I wanted to do a quick update. I did wind up getting up to chapter 8, but also like 100 pages into my cozy mystery. They're very, very fun. This one has to do with an art heist that is connected, not like loosely connected to the main character. The one thing I sometimes struggle with cozy mysteries is their character development is not my favorite because they're just like they're really like one-dimensional characters. Another funny thing about this book is the main cop in this book is called Mike, and the main cop in the other Hannah Swanson series I read is also called Mike. They both involve baking. She's a very different type of character than Hannah, though. Like, she's a little bit inconsistent in her baking, which I think is interesting. There is a side character that reminds me a little bit of Lisa in The Cookie Jar, but I'm liking it. It's very, very fun. So probably read like another like 50 pages, and then I'll give you guys an update. It's fun. It's fun. It's an enjoyable read. I also am about halfway through the first Nancy Drew episode, which I'm trying to catch up on all my eerie and creepy shows this weekend. That's sort of the plan. But I will catch you up when I read about 100 more pages in my book. Bye. I want to do a quick update. I did wind up getting up to chapter 12 and about 50% into my book. This is definitely a more interesting cozy mystery than I've read. It's definitely more cozy mystery. I wouldn't say it's like, I've read a couple this year and they didn't wow me. Like mass market paperbacks. There have been a couple of cozy mysteries I read recently, like Finny Donovan is Killing It, and Dial A for Aunties, and Arsenic and Adobo. They're more traditionally published, and I really did like those. But this one is probably my next favorite after the Hannah Swanson series. I really do like the characters. I like that it isn't necessarily like a murder. It's more a mystery, and I tend to read a lot of murder stories. I like the small town vibes. I like that there's a lot to the story in a sense. I'm sure like I missed a bit because I'm coming in the middle of a series, but really I'm liking it. So I'm going to read another 50 pages and I'll give you guys another check. And I only have like an hour and a half left, so I definitely will finish this book tonight, which is the plan. But yeah, I'm also watching Nancy Drew, so I'm going to go watch a little bit more of Nancy Drew. And when I read about 50 more pages, I'll give you guys an update. Bye, friends. Hey, friends. Just want to do a quick update. It's almost 6:04. I did wind up getting about to page 200, so about 100 pages left. It's definitely a very, very quick read. Also, another symptom I noticed, my arm is pretty swollen, which didn't happen with my flu shot, which didn't happen with either of my boosters that I remember. So it definitely made my arm pretty swollen. It's pretty bruised and looks like I got like punched punched in the arm. So if you're going to get the Moderna booster or any of the boosters, just be careful that I'll probably put some ice on it. That might be what it is. But I do have some allergies. I am allergic to penicillin and sulfur. That wasn't the case with the first shot, but it is a thing. Definitely feel a lot better. This morning I felt like I probably had a fever. I took some Advil like midway through the day, and I think that helped a lot. But my only symptom I notice now is my arm is pretty swollen, and I'm just very like my arms are sore, but nothing else. So as for this book, it's like a very, very quick paced read. Like, I'm intrigued. I think I have a theory who the killer is. I don't want to say it in case like I'm right. The theory who the killer is. I do like all the baking elements. It's a very, very perfect fall read, like a very, very good, like leading up to Thanksgiving. So I would definitely recommend, I would probably recommend you probably read the series in order, but you don't really have to. I'm not really confused that I have no idea what's happening because I do feel like I'm following the story. So I'm about to read it. I'm going to read another 50 pages, and then I'll give you guys one final update before I'm done. Bye, friends. Here and back. It is about 6:55. I did wind up getting up to chapter 18, which is about 50%, or I have about 50 pages left in this book. So I'm definitely going to finish it today. I'm really curious who the murder heist person is, because I have a couple of different theories. Definitely a quick read. A very, very fun fall read, I will say that. It's not as predictable as the Hannah Swanson series. I still think if my prediction is true, then it will be a little bit predictable, but there are a couple other characters that I have my nose on, so I'm going to go finish this book or try to finish it, and then I'll give you guys one final update, and then we'll move on. Bye, friends. I'm back at 7:55. I just want to say that I did wind up finishing my cozy mystery. I liked it. I wound up giving it like 3 stars. It was really, really fun. The mystery was well crafted. I like the characters. I have a trip coming up, and I think I'm going to bring these with me because they're super short. I have like 2 plane trips coming up in December, and one's set around Christmas and one's set around New Year's. So I might just put those on my Kindle and see if I'm interested in reading them. But I'm going to go pick up Hawthorne Legacy. I read 50 pages this morning. I just read 300 pages. So I'm going to go read a little bit more of Hawthorne Legacy, and I will update you guys as I can. If I can read about another 50 more pages, that's great. But I might go to bed a little bit early because I did get my vaccine yesterday, so I'm a little bit tired. But I want to try to read a little bit more, so I'll update you guys when I can. Bye, friends. Hello, here I'm back. It's pretty early. It's about 7 o'clock. I just slept a little bit later than I normally did. But I think I'm going to do my November wrap-up. My November TBR, because normally November is a month that I have to do a lot of stuff for my TBR. I'm trying to debate a bunch of stuff. So I actually have a bunch of, plans, like a lot of TBR stuff planned. So it's probably going to be a long video to film. So I think I'm going to go do that, film that, and then we'll chat back in when I'm about to start reading. My goal is to read a bunch today. My arm is still a little bit sore, I'll be honest, but it will be okay. It will work itself out. So I'm going to go film that video, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, friends. I did want to filming my November TBR, which I'm really excited about. It's definitely going to change up what I normally read, and I'm excited. It's also dealing with a lot of, longer books, which makes me a little bit nervous, but I'm really excited to plan that and read some of the books on TBR. So I am on page 63 in Hawthorne Legacy. I'm going to talk a little bit about this. This is the sequel to The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I read that and I really liked it. I gave it 4.5 stars. I read that last year. I was eagerly anticipating this one. And in the first 50 pages, everything is sort of turned on its head, which I like. I don't want to tell you the end of Inheritance Games because it will sort of ruin this book, and something's sort of changed. But it reminds me a lot of, I read the first book in the Paper Princess series by Erin Watt. It's less sexy because it's young adult and that was new adult, but it has a similar dynamic. I love the mysteries. I love the puzzles. I'm really excited for it. I got to see the cover for the last book in the series. It's called The Final Gambit, and I'm really thrilled for that. So my goal is to finish this whole book today. I'm also going to watch a little bit more creepy and spooky things, which I'm really excited about. I'm going to watch The 400. I'm going to watch, maybe I'll watch a little bit of Stargirl today, but I'm just going to relax. I would like to go for a bike ride or even a walk for today and just sort of get out of my house because I do have to go to work tomorrow. But yeah, I'm going to read a little bit. When I get about 50 pages into this, I'll definitely give you guys an update and time check. It's about 9 o'clock. So Didn't take me that long to film, which is what I was worried about, but I'll talk to you guys for an update when I read about 50 more pages. Bye, friends. I'm back. It's about 10:35. I did wind up watching the first episode of The 400. I really like it. I didn't really go in expecting much, but I am intrigued for sure. I will definitely keep watching that. I also finished watching Nancy Drew and Legacies, which are all eerie and creepy, so it was a perfect show to watch over Halloween weekend. I think I'm going to go for a bike ride and go get to town and get some food. So I'm probably going to pick up like a creepy audiobook. I don't know what it's going to be yet. I'm probably just going to pick something on my ebook list that I have for my Q book. But I just want to say that I wound up getting up to page 100 in The Hawthorne Legacy. This book is so twisty, turny. It's definitely a series that I'm going to have to read eventually, like back to back. But there is just, I love the characters. It really does remind me of like a prep school, but they're not. Like there's like a mansion, there's a lot of hidden secrets and mysteries, which I'm really, really liking. My goal is to finish this book today. So I think what I'm going to watch next is when I come back is I'm going to watch Cruel Summer, which is a summer show that I just never got around to watching. And then I might try to watch Stargirl at the end of the day because that's like, I'm really far behind on that show than I would like to be. So I'm going to go for a bike ride, go up to town, get some food for Halloween. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys when I'm back. Hopefully I will have read a little bit more of the Hawthorne Legacy. If not, I'll definitely give you guys a listening update. I don't know what I'm going to listen to yet. It just sort of depends on what I'm attracted to. I didn't wind up going up to eat because after my bike ride, I started to feel a little bit dizzy. Again, that might be because of the vaccination. Also, it might be because I haven't bike ride in like 2 months because it's been getting some cold and I've been doing things every single weekend. So, but I did wind up listening to about 6 chapters in the new Cassidy Quinn book, which is written by L.T. Ryan. I really like that series. It's like a mix of cozy mystery meets supernatural. And we're following 2 very different point of views, which we haven't get in previous books, if I'm remembering correctly. So I've only written about like 6 chapters in that, but she's diving back to see her family and she's sort of dealing with her past. Cassie can see ghosts and she sort of works with the police to help solve cold cases. But this one, the first couple of chapters is very focused on the family dynamics in the present timeline because her mom is dealing with some health issues. So I am going to go read a little bit more of the Hawthorne Legacy. I've read about 50 pages. I have a true crime podcast I'm trying to catch up on because it came out last night and I just didn't have enough time to watch it. So I'm going to go read a little bit of this. I'm going to read about 50 more pages of this. I'll give you guys a more solid update. Bye, friends. It's like 2 o'clock. I did wind up reading another like 50 pages in The Hawthorne Legacy by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I really am liking this book. It's, again, a very tightly wound mystery. That's what Jennifer Lynn Barnes does very, very well. It also is like a Cinderella tale in a sense. There's a lot of male characters, and sometimes I get confused like who they all are because there is a lot of young boys in the story, and they all seem really similar to me. But I am really liking it. It's also, we're getting some more female characters in this story than we had in book 1. It's a very tightly wound mystery, and I really am liking it. I'm also watching Cruel Summer, which was a summer show that I just never get around to watching. I'm on 2nd episode. Definitely not what I expected going in, but I am enjoying it. So I'm going to read another 50 pages of this, and I'll give you guys another update. But I am liking it quite a bit so far. I really like Avery as a main character, and I like how all the plot stuff is becoming a little bit more different than book 1. It's like a step back, but also like a step forward in a sense, because there was a couple of reveals at the end of book 1 that are now sort of like null and void, which I think is interesting. So I'm going to keep reading, and I'll give you guys an update when I can. Bye, friends. Here I'm back. I did wind up crafting for a little bit and sort of got myself ready for work tomorrow. I have one day, and then I have off Tuesday, technically, so I will be home. I'm debating if I do want to go Christmas shopping tomorrow, because I don't have to, like, I have Tuesday off. Could also do it next Wednesday. We'll see how I'm feeling with my arm. It's still very, very worn, very, very swollen, so we'll see how I feel. But I did wind up getting up to page 175 in Hawthorne Legacy. I was hoping to finish it today, but I don't think it's going to happen. I'm going to keep reading. I'm going to switch off of Cruel Summer for the moment and pick up Cloak and Dagger. It's just more of my speed. I like Cruel Summer. I think I'll probably keep watching it, but the characters are super unlikable. And sometimes I struggle with shows like that. It's just like a personal preference. But I'm going to read this as I actually did see the first couple episodes of Cloak and Dagger, and then I just got distracted. But I like the main actress in that a lot. So I'm going to go read a little bit of this, and I'll check in when I get up to page like 200, and I'll give you guys another check-in. Bye, friends. Sorry, here I'm back. It's Monday, November 1st. I did decide to just take the day from work because I'm still not feeling my best, and because now I'm traveling to all my different classes, it's just a lot. My arm is still pretty swollen, but yeah, hopefully by Wednesday, I'll be pretty much better. But I am going to do some reading updates because my goal is to finish the Hawthorne Legacy today. I'm going to get up to page 206. I really am liking it. It's definitely more of a twisty, turny mystery. I'm also watching Cloak and Dagger, which is pretty fun. I might actually get some work done later. We'll see. I have a lot of grading I have to do, but that might be a tomorrow project. But yeah, so I'll update you guys when I read about 50 more pages of Hawthorne Legacy. So see you guys later. Bye. Quick check-in. It's about 9:17. I did wind up reading up to page 250 in the Hawthorne Legacy. It's definitely getting more twisty and turny. It's sort of combining. It reminds me, the series, now that we're getting into like the nitty gritty, reminds me a little bit of her debutante series because it's a very, very twisty turny. It's very, very closely tied. I'm really curious to see how this story ends. I really do like all the characters in the story. I like all the mysteries. I like how the characters are sort of forced together. There is a lot of romantic entanglements in the story, but that's just because it's a lot of boys and one girl, sort of the same way I felt when I was reading the Paper Princess series by Aaron Watt. I like that book. It definitely was not my favorite, but I do like these characters a lot more than those. I like the mystery elements. There's also a lot of political games being played, so I'm very intrigued to see how it winds up. So I'll probably read another like 50 pages, and then I'll give you guys an update. I am feeling a little bit better. I'm probably going to do some stuff later, just to sort of get up. I think that's the problem. I literally sat for 2 days and I didn't do much because I wasn't feeling that great with the thing. And when I do that, it kind of kicks my vertigo into gear, unfortunately. So I will see you guys in a little bit with another update. Bye, friends. So here I'm back. I'm actually feeling so much better from yesterday. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just the after effects of the vaccine, or maybe I didn't really feel well. But I feel a lot better. Today was a teacher work day, so I actually got to stay home and just listen to PDs all day, which was really nice. I got to do a bunch of grading. Grades are also due this week. If you're also following me, I have to do my tenure binder this marking period. So it's just a lot of side stuff in addition to a bunch of other I have other stuff I'm doing too, but those are my two big projects. And the only thing that's a little bit hard about this tenure binder is normally because I'm a theater teacher, you have to do all the shows that you have put together. I've put together one successful show, and I think that when I was in my organizing and cleaning phase, I threw out everything from my Schoolhouse Rock Live show because I was so it was very, very traumatic for me to end a show. I've never done that before, and I know obviously a global pandemic and such, but it was still very, very traumatic for me to do that. So I don't know where that stuff went. But I am feeling quite a bit better. Last night, what did I didn't really, I went to a Google, a Zoom meeting with one of the podcasts I listened to, so I did that, and that was really all that I did. And then I watched a little bit of TV. I am still not done with the Hawthorne Legacy, so I'm gonna make that my primary goal for today, is to finish this, because I really am liking it. I just keep getting distracted. Which is just a me thing. I've just been very, very distracted this week, probably because of the vaccine, honestly. But I'm gonna go try to finish this and quickly. Well, not quickly, but I'm gonna go try to finish it. I'm gonna find something to watch. I don't know what I was watching. I think I was watching Cloak and Dagger. Maybe now that that's over, maybe I'll put on Schitt's Creek. Actually, I might go back to Cloak and Dagger. So I don't know, but I'm gonna go read this, go watch Cloak and Dagger, read this for a bit, and when I'm done, I will give you guys an update, and we'll sort of chat through my reading plans for this week. It's already Wednesday, which is crazy. It's going to be Wednesday tomorrow. This week was so bizarre because I mean, obviously, you never plan on getting sick, but when I first got the vaccine, I was home because it was the week before we were all returning to work. So I got it on Lunar New Year, I think, last year. So I got it on a Thursday. We had off that Friday, and we had off the whole next week. So I was the perfect time to get the vaccine, and I forgot how sick how not feeling well I was, and I just didn't even literally make the connection that it took me till about the following Wednesday to feel better, or Tuesday, because I got it a day earlier. So it's just, nature of the beast. But I do want to finish this, and I will update you guys when I'm close to being done or nearly done. Bye, friends. Larry here, I'm back. I just want to say that I do plan on finishing the Hawthorne Legacy. I really like this book. I think it definitely was a very interesting book. I will say that. I think I went in sort of with one expectation, and then I read the book and I had a totally different expectation, and at the end I had a totally different expectation. So it was a very good like mystery thriller. I really liked all the characters in this story. We got a couple of new ones. The boys were very, very featured, and I think we learned a lot about the side characters in this story. That is what Jennifer Lynn Barnes does super well. She crafts a world, she sets up a world, and then she kind of thrusts you into it and kind of twists and turns you. So she does a very, very good mystery thriller. I've loved all her books. I really like this one. I don't know if I'm going to end this reading vlog. I think I'm going to do one more book in this reading vlog because I planned to read a couple more this weekend, and then I just wasn't feeling my best. And then today was a teacher work day, so I literally got no reading done other than finishing the Hawthorne Legacy. But I don't know what I want to read. It was the plan was to read a lot of like adult fantasy this month, and that still is the plan. But I think I'm gonna let random number generator be my friend. So I'm gonna go choose a book through like a somewhat complicated system, and I'll come back and I'll check in with you guys. I'm probably not gonna read any more tonight. I'm just a little bit tired because I literally was staring at a computer all day. But I'm gonna go choose my next read, and we'll discuss that. Bye, friends. I wound up choosing my next read through a couple of like random number generators. So I am gonna pick up The Demon King by Cinda Williams Shyma. This book has been on my TBR for so many years. It was my goal before 2021 was over to actually read at least one book in this series. So I don't remember what this book was about. I know it's a high fantasy book. There's a bunch of different point of views. I know it has a subsequent series as well. Yeah, and that's really, I don't know a lot about this, I'll be very, very honest, but I know I love Cinda Williams Shyama's writing, so I'm probably going to pick this up tomorrow. I'm also going to make some listening progress. I have a bunch of podcasts to catch up to. That'll be my goal for tomorrow. So I will update you guys when I get home from work, and we will hopefully have some reading progress for The Demon King, and we'll chat then. Bye, friends. I'm back. It's been a bit. I actually really did not feel good the past couple of days. I didn't really film anything. I didn't really watch anything. I don't know what it was, why I've been so sick or why I felt so off, but I really haven't even been reading, which is so sad because I know you know how much I love to read. But I just have not felt my best. I went to work one day this week, which is so unlike me. But I'm going to some stuff this weekend, so I'm just trying to rest. And recover in a sense. But I might try to get some reading done. I've decided to pick up something light, and I picked up The Holiday Swap by Maggie Knox. So I think I'm going to start this and see how far I can get. I'm also just going to like not lay down. I think that's what does it if I lay, because I've been during my when I got the COVID vaccine, I was like laying down a lot, and that I think kicked my vertigo into high gear, and I think everything else just sort of came from that. So I'm going to watch a couple of episodes of The Investigators on Netflix and just sort of read this in the background. I probably will start another reading vlog this weekend. Again, I really am not feeling my best, but hopefully by tomorrow I will feel a little bit better. It is 8/9/14, so I'm going to go start this, and I'll update you guys when I can. Bye, friends. Update. I did wind up reading about 69 pages in The Holiday Swap by Maggie Knox. It reminds me of watching like a Lifetime movie or a Hallmark movie. You have these two sisters, Kaz and Charlie. They're identical twin sisters. One is working on a Christmas themed TV show. She's a holiday baker, and there's a lot of conflict with her coworker. And then you have her twin sister who runs her parents' bakery down in a different part of California. I think they're both in California. But when the one that's like on the holiday show winds up getting hit in the head, she winds up losing her sense of taste and smell. So she winds up having to swap places with her sister so that they can do their other's job, and they're not telling each other that they're swapping places. It's very, very fun. It reminds me of reading a holiday movie. I'm really happy that I picked it up. It's very, very light. I don't have to think too much about it, which is exactly what I need. But yeah, I'm going to go read a little bit more. I'm feeling a little bit better. Still not like 100%, but I will get there. So I'm going to read a little bit more of this, watch a little bit more of The Investigators, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Bye. I'm going to wrap up this reading vlog because it definitely was not the reading vlog I was planning on filming. And I'm gonna probably start a new one this weekend. I do have some fun things, hopefully, planned. Have a few things that like I bought tickets for like pretty far in advance, so I'm trying to get up the guts to go to those things. That'll be my plan for tomorrow, because one's tomorrow, one's on Sunday. But during this reading vlog, I was able to finish the Hawthorne Legacy, and I started the Holiday Swap. I have really been struggling with reading this week. I'll be very, very honest. I just haven't been feeling my best. It's been just a lot of like little things that just have compounded and turned into a big illness, and it's just been very, very, very affecting. Hopefully I'll be back on track this weekend. That's my plan. But I'm gonna go film some stuff, prep my blog, all my Instagram stuff. I really haven't been posting in the last week, so I want to at least get stuff ready for next week, and hopefully by Monday I'll feel a lot better. So I'm gonna go do that. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys for my next reading vlog. Bye, friends.